right away, a little washer.
Paper clip. I feel like I have enough of these, but look, this is really cool. And what is this? That's really cool. And there's a safety pin, tiny little nail. This is what I like, the things with the circles. Another washer and a little eye hook. Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I wanted to share this journal that I finished up. There will be a link in the description if you're interested in purchasing this. The cover is just a variety of fabric from my shabby and white and just, you know, the linens and things like that. I love the flowers on it. And then the closure kind of starts in the center here. It's a ribbon that I just love it when ribbon gets like this. It's worn, it's crinkled, and it's really, really soft. There are some beads on the strings on the outside, including some found objects. I love to go hunting for found objects. And that's what this is as well. These are just little rusty washers and things like that. There are a few flowers here. I love these beads that are sewn into this fabric. And then getting inside, oh, about the closure, I'll go ahead and tell you. So I just pull this through here and kind of do it gently. I mean, obviously that's rusty and you don't want to just tear this ribbon to shreds, but I think it works out fine. Once you get inside, there's another piece of found metal. There are a couple of tags here. That's from some paper that's been on my art desk. That's one of the images from a large art book that I purchased recently, and I love the images in that. There are some pages from that in the fun packs that I have. That's another image from that book. This book just has a lot of different pieces of paper that are stained, maybe from really pretty magazines. I've done a little bit of stamping. There are not any glossy pages in here. This is a piece of ephemera from an old scrapbook, and that's the actual little piece. The pages were truly falling apart, so you can see that. The only places where they were really holding up were places where things had been glued into place. So you can see on this side, it looks like part of an ad. French transparent cards. Wouldn't you love to see what those look like? Maybe we can do a Google search and figure that out. So just like dictionary pages. I made one of the hearts that I like to make with the texture paste and the glue and the gauzy fabric. It might seem like overkill to type or stamp heart here, but it was sitting there and I couldn't resist. There's another image from the art book. And then this is just a beautiful piece of velvet ribbon that was floating around the workshop. That's part of a dictionary page. And there's one of the butterfly die cuts with the black alcohol ink on it. That's a beautiful image. And then this is from a dictionary. It's from the little charts in the front that tell about pronunciation. This was an envelope for buttons, and I just went ahead and sewed a button to that. And that's on with a rusty paper clip. Here is another image from the art book. It was tearing a little bit on the edge, so I just put some washi tape on that. And then there's a piece of a book page and one of the Tim Holtz die cuts there of the little boy. And some stamping. There's a pretty image from a book about ships, and specifically ships that had horrific endings, like the Titanic. And there's one of the little Tim Holtz die cuts of the girl. This makes her look like she's dancing on the edge of the ship, or maybe even in the lifeboat. Just more paper that's been distressed. There is a hymn from some music. There's just a little sketch, and that's the Caran d'Ache crayons to paint that. That's put onto the page with a little bit of glue and then 4 brads. And then on this side, there's a piece of distressed paper that's just been glued into place, and there's a piece of masking tape over that where the 2 pages meet so that this doesn't pull up. There's a little butterfly there. Some pretty paper. I love the way this staining from the different pages is coming through. That's paper from my art desk. And then this was just a little card and some ephemera. It looks like someone's notes from maybe a card game, bridge or something. I don't play bridge, so I'm not sure, but I know I find a lot of ephemera that's kind of centered around that. More distressed pages. And then there's a little drawing and music and another little painting here of a bird. And this is one of the corsets that's been printed on the vellum. I wonder if I should sign these when I paint into a journal. What are your thoughts about that? More distressed paper. And there is a butterfly from some acrylic paint where you paint on one side and then just press the pages together. I love doing things like that. And there are the corsets again printed on the vellum, a couple of little paper flowers, and that is wallpaper. And more music. And here's just a distressed playing card. I think that's interesting looking. And more of that page from the book about ships. And that is glued and then stitched into place. That's just a tiny little piece of reproduction ephemera. That's from, I can't remember the maker of that. Really cute. And then more distressed paper. I love that pink. And it's got little flecks of things in it. Really nice paper. And there's more of the dictionary page. This is cute. This is a double pocket. So there's an old photo in here. And then there's another little pocket made from lace that's holding a tiny little playing card. And just more pages. This is a fun page. So it is 3 poems that have had the holes punched in them, and then they're attached to this little metal clasp or whatever you want to call it. I forget what those are called. It's almost like a brad that's like huge and has the metal on each side. And there's some distressing on that page, not a whole lot. And there's a very faded ink stamp. That's beautiful paper. That was from a really pretty book. And there's more handmade paper and more distressed paper. And a playing card that's been distressed. And then a pocket here in the back. And for that, I have just another really primitive tag. This is heavy paper that's been on the art desk. And that would be great for journaling or just whatever. And I think we will go ahead and just attach this little corset image. Let's go ahead and just use pretty much all of these. We will put that right there. So that is that complete journal. There's still a lot of room for you to write. Just a really sweet little journal. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will be back really soon with more journals and junk journal supplies. Bye for now.